Good morning. So it's been a while since I was posting anything, have posted anything. And one of the things I said was don't ever let them stop you. And I kind of wanted to address that this morning. Why it's taken me some time to get back to you. So it's been maybe a month, maybe a little bit over a month now, that I was sitting right here where I am right now. And it was a beautiful day. And I was sitting here and just enjoying the beauty of nature as it is. And I thought to myself, boy, it would be nice to bring out the guitar and play some stuff out here in nature and show you something uplifting and a little bit more nourishing than me sitting in my box in there and jamming out on some distortion. So as I was thinking about it, and I'm looking at the trees and I'm talking to my ancestors and spirit, and spirit was like, no, 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 no. You don't want to be out here right now. I want you to go inside and, you know, that idea you were kicking around, changing up the tuning on your guitar. Change it to something different and see how it works for you. Go plug in. That sounded interesting, and I was for it, right? So I go inside, and like I said, my initial want was to come out here and play outside for you, do a jam. But I went inside, did what I was told. I wasn't plugged in probably, I don't know, 2 minutes, less. And I hear a crash out here, and I thought it was the cats, because that's just how things roll out here. You know, we got animals all over the place, and whether it's the giant birds that love to come down and peck at the roof of the building or just make noise in general back here. It's just part of what happens, right? Didn't think much of it. Well, dog had to go out short after that, and took her outside here. And this is what I found, right? I hope you can see this. I gotta be kind of easy about this, right? You see this broken back of this chair, right? Let me see if I can do this better. Hope you can see that. That's my chair. Right? Little chair. So, what happened was, out here in the West Coast, and most of you people are watching this are from Florida, so you haven't heard of this stuff, but these big trees, and there it is, Var she blows, right? That's a big tree. Not not big out here, but to you guys, that's the biggest probably tree you've seen. So when these things drop their branches, these branches coming down are called widowmakers, right? The widowmakers. That's what hit the back of my chair. Now this chair, the back of this, that's a laminated back. The amount of force, the power that had to hit was enormous to do it the way it did, right? And I pretty guarantee you here, if I'd been sitting here, it'd have been a bad day. Gotta love my protection, right? So it started to come up to, well, what happened here? What, you know? And this has been an ongoing process of an awakening here for me. That's been, well, since my near-death experience. That goes back, it actually started with me with my guitar. And as I've moved forward, the information has been coming to me stronger and stronger, harder and harder, more quality of information, more depth, more range. I'm able to see and put together things that in the past seemed like anomalous behaviors. There have been countless anomalies in my life. And now that I look back, this goes on to be honest, I don't know how early this really started. And that's something to say right there. But especially recently here, these anomalies, I see friends that I've had that I'm seeing reactions that don't add up, that no matter how I plug them into my mind, computer error, wrong answer, that's not how this rolls. And these anomalies have been stacking over time. And it's taken me time to begin to look at this with clarity and understanding. Gentle love and grace. Indeed. So, what I've been led to understand here is that there have been some very concerted efforts by multiple groups of people performing black magic, spell work, voodoo magic. That was a good one. All to stop me from any kind of advancement. I found this very interesting. And it came to a point one night, just recently here, where I was looking at my dog, and the dog wasn't feeling well. And I knew she was fighting something. And she came to me, and she got within about 2 feet, and I was looking directly into her eyes, and it was almost as if a little fog had cleared. And I could actually see a person in the reflection deep in her eyes, as if to see someone practicing magic or witchcraft. And I've been pretty balanced about just about everything recently. But when you try to kill my dog, that pissed me off. I gotta say, that pissed me off. So I got with my spirit team, I got with God right away. And we we went to work. And we took care of business. And after a time, my spirit team was like, all right, we got everything under control. Everything's good. But, there's always good times to ask for help, You got so much coming at you, maybe you should ask for help. And I'm not that kind of guy. But humble, yes, I'll do what you want. So I've reached out and asked for some help. I'm not going to mention what or who or anything about it, but yeah, I reached out for some help. Felt pretty solid about the decision, too. Now, let's be clear about this. I know who's doing what. I kind of know why. I know how deep it goes. I've known for quite some time who's been talking shit about me. Right? No fool. But I've been very good at just smiling. Trump was right about one thing. Let him finish the crime. And you go after him. So, I've let people talk their game. I've let people do their stuff. But like I said, once you tried to come after my dog, you blew it, man. You blew it. And I believe Spirit wants to make it public now. And they won't stop. I know him pretty well. That's the thing with Spirit. He's, I don't know, I got to a certain point, and it's almost like we're college buddies, right? Well, some of the stuff that we joke about is, I don't know, college level funny. All in love, and I love it. I wouldn't trade this for anything. And I guess that's the next thing I kind of need. Good morning. Poured you some milk. The cats have arrived. It's amazing. I sit out here a few minutes, and the cats come up. Birds come in. And what was a desolate landscape, you can hear the birds. It's a beautiful day. So anyway, I apologize for kind of looking as hard as I've been. I'm kind of having to do this a bit hardcore towards the end here. And I realize we're coming up to a change of life. Everybody is. And that's all good. And I'm prepared, fully prepared. I've got all the tools, everything I need. And I think one of the things they want to talk about or want me to discuss is the hygiene thing. How do you accept being a dirty boy as much as you are at the moment, right? And I kind of look at this like a day in the field of surveying, right? Back in the surveying days, y'all know I was a surveyor for a few years back, right? And here's the thing, it's like, you get out of the truck in the morning, you go into the swamps, and you're carrying whatever you're carrying, $20,000 instrument on a tripod, you might be lucky and have a machete so you can whack at something, which is foolish if you're crossing a swamp, because you hit something on the surface of the water and you hit it down, then you got something swimming around your junk. So you really don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, when you go home, you take a shower, you get cleaned up, and it's like you weren't ever in the swamp, right? The swamp's gone. So for me, this has been like just a big 5-year day in the swamp. And I know damn well when I get out of here, I'm going to clean up just damn fine. And I've been a hell of a lot dirtier than I am now. And here's the interesting part. He knows what's going on. And he's taken away my body odor for the most part. Like, man, if I was in Florida and, I don't know, 6 hours after a shower you'd stink, right? I can go for a very long time. And right now, it's such a minor thing. It's like I'm not even going through antiperspirant. I don't use it daily. I don't use it every 3 days. I don't need it. It's something unnecessary at the moment. All I can say, it's a blessing by God. Don't believe me? Smell me. That'll prove it to you. Just when you think about it and you go, why? Yeah, you tell me. And I don't claim to have all the answers, and I never will. But what is, and what is really is, right? So like I said, the bad people who have went out of their way in concerted efforts to screw me up, I've had to really sit back and reflect out here and come to some serious understandings of what's been going on. And I honestly believe that some of the stuff that's going on here is really attached to the people back in Florida. So, some time back, I deleted at least half of my friends on Facebook. And wow, what a kerfluffle. I got nothing message-wise from it, but I know the energies have scrambled to the point of people freak the hell out. And he saw the whole thing, showed it all to me. It's been quite comical, and I gotta say, not to be an ass here, but I think it's been one of the most enjoyable things I think I've ever done. And it's such a seductive thing. I kind of want to go out there and do it again, but here's the thing. I don't care. And part of some of the humor about some of this has been the realization of my spirit team is quite a diverse group at this point and has extended beyond any possible realm I could have ever imagined. The power of these people are unprecedented. The clarity, the love, wow. It's truly awesome. Truly. I can't give enough thanks. So, anyway, where this is at the moment is a transition's coming. It's massive. It will all be more apparent as it comes forward. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy this. Because people I thought were family probably aren't. Things that I thought were real were not. People that I thought were one thing are complete different. This is really going to be interesting. And there's no hiding. And there's never been, don't know. I've always, at some level, had some core understanding of the deceptions. I'll try and keep this language above the red line a little bit. But these revelations have been coming and coming and coming and coming. Hell, revelations. There's a good one. There's a quick story for you, right? You'll like this. Back when my wife was dying of cancer, early in the situation, I was tasked with, use whatever powers you have to heal me. And I believe the direct quote was, you guys go out there, make contact with the aliens, and you have them land a ship in the front lawn and, heal my asses. Basically the story I was told. That was my job. So, I don't know, I think I was red-pilled Matrix talk, right? I red-pilled probably when I was in my diaper and have been kind of on this minor Neo track ever since. And it's cool and all, but it's also a burden. Knowing can be quite the burden. And that's kind of how I got to the point of really don't care what people think. Haven't for a very long time. And it's only recently that it's like, yeah, man, I need to start working on my teeth and, trim some of these nose hairs. And, man, I got a lot to work on, man. Got to get this hair done. Find a good woman with a pair of scissors that's not trying to bury them in my back. And we'll get this worked out, Nothing's impossible. But I did want to get with you and kind of tell you what's going on. Give you a little inside play here. And yes, I'm putting it up on Patreon and I'm putting it behind a paywall because of just that situation with my quality of friends. Quality of friends. Yeah, I've had to redefine my understanding of what a friend is. I know what they aren't. I'm real good with that. It's been a long time since I've had a friend. A true friend. And the cool thing is now that I've reached what I've reached is that I'm not, you know, bankrupt or incapable of moving forward because I don't have that friend. I'm good to go. Solid. So if it happens, it happens. If it don't, say la vie. I'm good. Fact. Everything that's going to come to light is coming to a light for a very good reason. And I'm going to enjoy this. Because, like I said, those anomalies that have been stacking are all going to flip. And all of those cross looks I get in a parking lot here or there, or yeah, all of that's going to change, and these people are going to have a true understanding of what really was going on, what really happened, who I really am. And then some people are going to bug. You're going to bug. I'm going to laugh at that too. Not to be, sorry, you know, difficult or anything, but it is what it is. How'd you feel? Been poisoned countless times. Um, Had a real shitty go of it, really. Fortunately, my protection is way stronger than this. I know what to do in some situations, and like I said, I have all the tools to combat all of this crap. So, I'm disheartened that people that I considered my friends were, like I said, trying to kill my dog, trying to kill me, trying to manipulate situations here, job-wise. They're spending money on this. Like I said, this is concerted efforts. These people have been hardcore. And God's about to light them up. And I know this, like I said, because we work so well together. We've done so much together. And I know I'm in for transition because he's told me a couple months back. And no, it wasn't. I don't think it's been that far. A month and a half, maybe. I don't know. But here was the good one. It's like, you're done. You're done. I want you to take a break. It's party time. All the weed, go get some beer. So, I mean, we're not drinkers, usually. And, good Lord, over maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I got a bus full of beer bottles. We had a great time. And in 3 days, I quit alcohol, weed, and I mean of all kinds, and coffee. That's right. The real addiction. Coffee. Let me explain this a little better. Like when I say I quit, like not a want at all. Like not a, gee, oh, this is stressing me out. I wish I had some weed, or Boy, it's early morning, I'm not up yet, I need coffee. Nothing. Nada. Nothing at all. I had a beer yesterday because we got a couple still left in there, and had one. Done. One and done. Didn't didn't matter. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I really enjoyed it, but it's nothing I need. It's not a need. We went to the Mexican restaurant the other night. Sat down, grabbed the menu, and I didn't order the swimming pool of margarita. Like the giant, you know, no margarita. Didn't want it. Didn't need it. Didn't like it. And I sat there and just like awe, like, am I kidding myself? Like, am I me? Like, pinch me, right? But for real. And it's been long enough now where I can honestly say I've beat it. I mean, I've beat the whole thing. Or he beat it. See, that's the thing I never did discuss with anybody here. One of the things I felt he sort of led us to uh, was the sanctuary of weed understanding. We got here, in this place. I think when it comes out, this will be an interesting one for sure. When we got here, no resources, like no water, no power. So I found myself sitting on a 5-gallon bucket at 4 in the morning, taking a poop at 17 degrees that first day. And what happened was the coolest thing. I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, this is miserable. This is insane. I can't believe, what's left of my family has been put here. Like, we've done nothing wrong. We've been good people. None of our friends give a shit. And boom, here you are. And with that, a hummingbird at 4 in the morning, a hummingbird came right down to my face, and he's like right next to me here, and he's like, looking at me like, hello. I started talking to him, and I don't know, I sort of got a little bit of a, it's just another day, dude, relax. You got this. It's not as bad as they think. So I guess that's the message, right? When you are put into those difficult positions, do you embrace it? Do you sit back and bitch about it? It's kind of where I've been, right? And then just recently here on the news, people are rioting. People in Portland are going crazy. People in Seattle are going crazy. And like, wow, what are these people all tweaked up about? What's going on? Like, did they lose power and water too? No, they got power and water and they're still bitching. Found that very interesting. So, yeah, it's been an interesting ride here. And I'm not saying that, we're special in any way. If anything, the simplest being there is. Mistreated? Yup. Domestic abuse? Boy, I got a feeling that term's gonna roll around some rooms. Yup. And people are gonna be all worried and, man, you okay? Like I said, I've already healed. He's given me that. I know who did what, when, and how. And I can't wait to tell that story. Really. We're going to have some fun with this. But that's on his order. Like I said, I was at the point where I know he's got a hold of this. And I didn't feel it needed to go public, but my spirit team and my ancestors and God himself were adamant, not having it. So, there you go. And I'm going to continue to update as I can. I'll give some more insights as I can through all of this. Oh yeah, a quickie. Yeah, this is kind of important, at least in my opinion, to you. So, when we talk about living in abject poverty, right? How do you do it? How do you do it with a smile on your face and not be encumbered or bothered by it, right? Here's the answer, kids. So, back in those cancer days, somebody enjoyed going to theme parks and Fantasyland, understandably. But there's a point that not everybody kind of grasped, right? At the end of the night, and I've spent the night in some of the most exotic hotels, some of the best accommodations, and I've spent in crappy ones too, right? Disney World, right? The Contemporary Resort. Having a room, facing inside the ring so you can watch the monorail enter the building with your children, right? It occurred to me through too many trips that I didn't want to be on, that I didn't feel were necessary. Because we kept going to the same place time and again. It's like, you've seen this, move on. There's other things, right? So the one thing that I found was, I call it the magical 4 feet. Now, if your family's bigger, it's bigger than 4 feet. I got a small family, or had a small family. It's shrinking by the week. But at night, you can be on a $20,000 bed, and you sit around your family, and you're talking about what you saw the day, what was fun today? What did you enjoy? What was the best part of the park for you? You know, what, what lit you up today? And as you start to dim the lights in the room because it's getting dark and you're going to go to sleep soon, it's really only that 4 feet, that 4 foot circle that your family's in, gathered on the bed, sitting around a little circle, talking their stories. And it's that magical 4 feet that matters. And if you have the talent to be able to dim the lights a little bit further, you no longer see what they're wearing. Their clothes don't matter. The bed you're on could be anything. And the only thing you really see are the eyes of the loved ones you're with. It's really the spirits. At the end of the day, that's all it is. And all the bullshit that you surround yourself with is bullshit. And make no mistake, whether you're, got your nails done or your hair in some kind of crazy poof or whatever you've spent a boatload of money on, at the end of the day, is bullshit. The only thing that really matters is what's in that 4 feet. So, if you have enough brains to say to yourself, geez, wow, that super luxurious room doesn't matter, right? And as long as we're safe and secure, yes, you could do it. You could do it right here. You could do it anywhere. If your heart's pure, you can be anywhere and be happy. And if the people in your circle love you and are worth being in the circle, you have it all. Everything else is bullshit. Once you come to that realization, you become, well, a little bit more powerful in your understandings of your own reality. And if you're willing to stretch out to that, it can be amazing. And like I said, the people that I've touched here have a complete illusion that's about to pop. And this is going to be epic. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you, give you an update, and I'll be doing some music here today. I think I want to do a little conversation on gear. I don't know. Share some ideas. Give you some insights. Give you some good content, right? Something worthy. And like I said, I feel it's a little unfortunate to have to put this stuff behind a paywall, but after what I've been through, yeah, it's time to get paid. Thank you. Thank you for your love and support now, your understanding. And boy, this is going to be an interesting ride from here on out. Remember one thing, I love you all very,